Lesson 11.1, Polygons. So, the Castel dei Monte in Apulia, Italy, was built more than 750 years ago. The fortress has one central building with 8 surrounding towers. Which polygon do you see repeated in the structure? How many sides, angles, and vertices does this polygon have? A polygon is a closed plane figure formed by 3 or more line segments that meet at points called vertices. It is named by the number of sides and angles it has. To identify the repeated polygon in the fortress, complete the tables below. Okay, so we have that a triangle has 3 sides, has 1, 2, 3 angles, and it has 1, 2, 3 vertices or points. Okay, quadrilateral has 4 sides, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 angles, 1, 2, 3, 4. And it has 4 vertices or points, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm assuming you're starting to see the pattern here, but we will continue. Okay. We have a pentagon. So that has 5 sides, has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 angles, and it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 vertices or points. A hexagon has 6 sides, 6 angles, 6 vertices. And it just continues after that. So again, it kind of goes with the same sentence. They're looking at parts of the word to help you figure out. So tri means 3, quad means 4, pent means 5, hex means 6, hept means 7, oct means 8, non means 9. Weirdly enough, you don't usually see a nonagon. And a decagon means 10. So, if you look at the shape here, it looks like we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let me try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the blank is the repeated polygon. So we have an 8-sided figure, so it's an octagon. In the Castel dei Monte, because it has 8 sides, 8 angles, and 8 vertices. Regular polygons. When line segments have the same length or when angles have the same measure, they are congruent. In a regular polygon, all sides are congruent and all angles are congruent. Okay? So, for example, in this regular pentagon, because it has 5 sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all sides are congruent because of the fact that they have the same length, 4 centimeters. All angles are congruent because each angle is 108 degrees. You can write the measurement to show congruent sides and angles, so therefore it is a regular pentagon. Okay, this is not a regular pentagon. Okay, these lines right here are indicating that these 2 lines are congruent. But since they have a double line here, it means that these lines are not the same length as these lines. And the fact that this has only 1 line here for the angle means that it's not the same measurement as these ones up here. So since they are not all sides are congruent, not all angles are congruent, You can use the same markings to show the congruent sides and angles. However, this is not a regular pentagon. So, label the Venn diagram to classify the polygons in each group. Then draw a polygon that belongs only to each group. Okay, so let's see here. Congruent angles. Because if you look at it, each of these angles is 90 degrees in this side of the Venn diagram. And then these have congruent sides, which means the length of each of these sides is the same. Okay? And then these are regular polygons, which means that both the sides and angles are congruent. So then they wanted you to draw a polygon that belongs only to each group. So that means that you can choose to do a similar one. Honestly, they picked the easiest ones with congruent angles. So you could just do another rectangle. And I know, it'd probably help if I used a ruler. But supposedly each of these is 90 degrees in angle. However, these sides are congruent, but these sides on this side are not congruent to these sides. Okay, this one, really any shape as long as it is the same sides. So I will try my best to do a hexagon, which means that if I had done it correctly, that it would have congruent angles, so the same angle, and then each side would be the same length. Okay, and then this one, it's where all the sides are the same. However, you have different angles. Let's see here. And so, trying to think of the best one. You could just repeat what they've done in, I'm gonna go with a diamond, which I don't think is the actual terminology for that. Okay, so therefore these angles would be different than these angles, and theoretically all the sides would be the same. Okay, so I'm going to have you do numbers 5 through 12 and then 15. So you're naming each polygon, supposedly using the first page that we worked on, so that would be 441. And then tell whether it is a regular polygon or not a regular polygon. Remember, in order to be a regular polygon, it has to have congruent sides and angles. For 11, which polygon in the floor plan have 4 equal sides and 4 congruent angles? How many of these polygons are there? So you're looking at this floor plan right here and trying to find one that is a polygon with 4 equal sides and 4 congruent angles. So, number 12, is there a quadrilateral in the floor plan that is not a regular polygon? Name the quadrilateral and tell how many of the quadrilaterals are in the floor plan. Okay, and then number 15, which of the following is a regular polygon?